Government permits private schools to hike fees for academic session 2022 to 2023. BGS National Public School conducts Jyothirdaan 2022, a blessing ceremony for the students of class 10 and 12. The Gaudium School conducts the IBDP Visual Arts exhibition titled Gateway. IIT Bhubaneshwar invites applications from technical students for summer internship. IIT Guwahati records 1/4 rise in student number post-COVID. IIM Vizag concludes 5-day customized management program for HSL officers. Bhupendra Yadav to inaugurate IIT Roorkee's 62nd Annual Labour Economics Conference. Ayush Minister says homeopathy could become the first choice for medical students. Vice President urges educational institutions to treat art subjects with equal importance. Good afternoon and a warm welcome. You're watching Education News Network, where we get you the latest developments in education at the top of this hour. This is Nitya reporting from ANN, and the daily stories are: private schools across Uttar Pradesh are now allowed to increase the fees for the new academic session 2022 to 2023. The state government, in an order, eased the restrictions it had earlier imposed on schools to prevent an increase in fees for the third successive year on January 7th. The order, issued by Additional Chief Secretary of Secondary Education Aradhna Shukla, said private schools can increase their fees from the academic session 2022 to 2023. It reads that the schools can only increase the fees by 5%. The fee structure of the academic session 2019 to 2020 will be kept as the base, it adds. Private schools can increase the fees for the academic session 2022 to 2023 as per norms, reads the letter signed by Shukla on April 8th. The letter that has been sent to the district inspectors of schools along with other secondary education department officials for implementation came after the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court on March 15th asked the state government to file its reply on a petition challenging the government order prohibiting fee hike in private schools. The court took a serious note of the government's failure to respond to its earlier order on the issue. The court had on February 16, 2022, asked the government to file its reply on the issue, which the government failed to do. The Association of Private Schools of UP had filed a petition in the High Court challenging the state government's January 7, 2022 order prohibiting fee hike in private schools due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Private schools were also stopped from increasing fees for the sessions 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022 for the same reason. In the last 2 years, the schools were asked to continue to take fees as per the fee structure of 2019 to 2020. The Education Department has further warned to keep the fee hike in check so that it does not exceed it by 5% as per norms. BGS National Public School, Bangalore conducted Jyotirdan 2022, a blessing ceremony for the students of classes 10 and 12 on the 8th of April 2022. The ceremony was conducted in the divine presence of His Holiness Jagat Guru Shri 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 Dr. Nirmala Nandanatha Mahaswamiji, the President of Adi Chanchanagiri Shikshana Trust, and Revered Shri Shri Dr. Prakashnath Swamiji, the Managing Director of BGS and SJB Group of Institutions and Hospitals. The guests of honor were Dr. K.P. Putturaya, former Director of Research and Development, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, and Mr. D.N. Munikrishna, IPS retired. The students of BGS National Public School put up a lovely cultural program with some great performances to celebrate the occasion. The Gaudium School, Hyderabad, conducted its IBDP Visual Arts exhibition titled Gateway today, that is, on the 11th of April. The exhibition was inaugurated by Dr. Ramakrishna Reddy, the CEO of the school. The IBDP Visual Arts exhibition is the culmination of the students' IB art experience. Students present a selection of their best work in the form of a curated final show and defend and articulate their purpose and intention in a written rationale. The selected pieces show the evidence of their technical accomplishment during the visual arts course and an understanding of the use of materials, ideas, and practices appropriate to visual communication. At the final art exhibition titled Gateway, there were two students, Ms. Navya Viryala and Ms. Nikita Nanduri, who exhibited their art installations. Talking about their reflections on their journey and achievements through the exhibition, Ms. Navya Viryala said, "The main focus of my exhibition, titled Dimensions, was to explore individuality and to depict the transition from the comfort of high school to the new experiences of college. In a way, this exhibition was inspired by my own class and my experiences in it, and by my trepidation of starting a new journey at college. Through this exhibition, initially, my main goal was to make people recognize their uniqueness, but as I transitioned from the first year of the diploma program to the second year, I realized that there were so many more dimensions to the individual than I had realized, making my exhibition what it is today." Ms. Nikita Nanduri said, "My exhibition was heavily influenced by my own experiences with urbanization. The imagery was influenced by the architectural style of deconstruction, which is characterized by simpler forms in contrast to complex ones. I felt that it was very appropriate for the theme of my exhibition because I wanted to simplify climate change and the impact that urbanization has on it. It was also inspired by sci-fi movies, especially Blade Runner, directed by Denis Villeneuve. Artistic vision really resonated with the intention behind the creation of my exhibition. While creating my artworks, I wanted to use sustainable materials, and I tried to upcycle as many materials as I could." IIT Bhubaneshwar has invited applications from registered students of government-funded technical institutions and the students referred by various academies for its summer internship program. Meritorious students will be selected for the program from the pool of applications. The internship program will be conducted between May 11th and July 24th. Last date for submission of the application is April 30th. The students can enroll for internship or to avail the laboratory, other academic facilities or short-term training at the IIT Bhubaneshwar in the fields related to the School of Basic Sciences, Earth, Ocean and Climate Sciences, Electrical Sciences, Infrastructure, Mechanical Sciences, Humanities, Social Sciences and Management and Minerals, Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. A notice by the institute reads, "After selection, a candidate should submit a hard copy of the application form along with the requisite documents signed by him or her at the time of joining the internship in the respective schools of the institute. The concerned schools will select candidates from the pool of applications for the internship. The students selected for internship may be provided hostel accommodation depending on the availability of the hostel rooms on payment of appropriate fees." The Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati has recorded 1/4 rise in the number of students with resumption of physical classes and research activities post-COVID-19 pandemic. Professor Parmeshwar K. Iyer, Dean Public Relations and Branding at IIT Guwahati said, "We have seen a proportional increase in the number of students in both undergraduate and postgraduate sessions. In the time of pandemic, several new programs were planned and there was a rush to grab these. There were nearly 5,700 students and research scholars on campus before the outbreak of the pandemic, while the number has reached close to 7,000 now." Iyer said that overall the academic environment is very lively compared to what they have seen in the last 2 years. During the peak of all 3 waves, less than 50 students were in the campus, mainly to maintain high-end research facilities in labs. The institute decided to call back all its students to the campus by March 21st, and currently there are no COVID cases on campus. 5-day customized management development program for the second batch of Hindustan Shipyard Limited officers concluded at the Indian Institute of Management Visakhapatnam on Friday. As per IIM Vizag officials, the objective of this customized program was to develop the overall set of managerial skills, advance the strategy and enhance the adaptability to the dynamic changes in the organization for the HSL officers. Chief guest for the valedictory and Director, Strategic Projects, Hindustan Shipyard Limited, Commodore Girideep Singh retired, emphasized on the importance of empathy in business leaders and the skills necessary to thrive in the current dynamic business environment. He encouraged the participants to sustain the networks formed during the training and share the insights gained at their workplace. Director of IIM Vizag, Professor M. Chandrasekhar, quoted Amita Chatterjee, member of the Board of Governors of the Institute, from her book, Joyful Living, Reflections of a Happy Soul, to say that the most important qualities one needs to possess are the 4 T's, that is truthfulness, thoughtfulness, togetherness and tenderness. The amalgamation of these qualities will help any individual perform well in the organizational context, he said, and asked the participants to apply the knowledge gained from the training to the challenges at the workplace. The Union Minister for Labour and Employment, Bhupendra Yadav, will inaugurate the 62nd Annual Labour Economic Conference of the Indian Society of Labour Economics, which will be held from today, that is April 11th, to April 13th, 2022 at the Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. The 3-day conference is being organized by the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, IIT Roorkee, and will be graced in the presence of a large number of well-known scholars and experts. The ISLE annual conference has been uninterruptedly organized every year since 1958. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it could not be organized in 2020 and 21. After COVID, this is one of the biggest academic events in the country. The topics for discussion at this year's conference are the employment challenge, migration and development, and social protection for workers. Additionally, a pre-conference symposium was also organized on April 10th with some well-known experts from countries of the Global South on future of work in the Global South. Professor Ajit K. Chaturvedi, director of IIT Roorkee, said IIT Roorkee is delighted to host this prestigious annual conference, which will bring leading economists to our campus and provide a wonderful opportunity for our faculty and students for interaction. Ayush Minister Sarbananda Sonowal on Saturday said that homeopathy could become the first choice for students pursuing medical education as its public acceptance is high. His remarks came as he inaugurated a two-day scientific convention on homeopathy, People's Choice for Wellness. Three apex bodies of the Ayush Ministry, namely Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, National Commission for Homeopathy, and the National Institute of Homeopathy, organized the event. The minister further stated that a transformation is taking place in the fields of Ayush education, practice, and drug development. He said that the National Commission for Indian Systems of Medicine and the National Commission for Homeopathy have aligned Ayush education with the new education policy and are attracting new talent to the point where Ayush is not only the first choice for treatment but may also be the first choice for students seeking medical education. According to an official release, he also stated that public acceptance of homeopathy is strong and that people have sought treatment from family physicians for generations. In the efforts to preserve and promote India's rich cultural legacy, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu urged parents and schools to encourage children to learn any art form that they choose. He further emphasized the need to return to roots while he called for a cultural revival in Indian society. His remarks came as he presented honors to various artists for their contribution to the field of performing arts and fine arts during the distribution of Lalit Kala Academy Fellowships and Academy Awards for 2018. He further said that India's rich traditional folk art forms such as puppetry are dying because of the craze for Western culture, and that exposing children to art and creativity at a young age will help them lead a more meaningful life, and called on educational institutions to treat art subjects with equal importance in their curriculum. Speaking about the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu stated that many unsung heroes sacrificed for our independence, but their tales are mainly unknown to the general public, since they were not given due emphasis in our history books. He then urged for rectifying these inaccuracies and highlighted the efforts of these lesser-known heroes to the independence movement. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Education News Network. For more such videos, do log on to our website, theENN.com, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Signing off, this is Nitya.